So what's up guys, I'm Chase at Nitrous Outlet. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how we do the building process on our 508,000 high flow valves. So first off, these O-rings that come on these valves are not the best O-rings, so we switch them out with our own O-rings. Second off, we got our caps that go on the top. These won't get put on until they go actually in the bottle though, so it's a different process. So these two little inserts are just plugs that go on the sides for your gauge ports. So if you want to put a gauge in it, we'll take these out, put your gauge in it, or if you have a sensor you want to put in it or something like that. So we'll start off blue Loctite, little dab will do you, not too much, not too little. Get these in here. I start them off with just a little hand thread, just to make sure they don't get cross-threaded in here. Get these nice and snug, and actually the highest setting on this drill is the perfect setting for these plugs. Haven't had one leak or anything like that. So we'll go through here and do that. Get this one tightened down. So since those are all the way tight, that's really all you got to do. And then we'll come in here, turn the valve all the way down, make sure there's no gritty feeling or, make sure it's not doing anything weird. Come in here with our grease. Do one tiny little drop on the inside of it. If you put too much, it'll get down to the seal, cause leaks, all that bad stuff. Run through here with a drill, run it back and forth 1 or 2 times. Make sure there ain't no grimy feeling like I said a while ago. So this valve checks out. So that valve so far is ready to go as far as just the valve by itself. Next, we'll start the process of making the actual tube or siphon tube that goes into the bottle. So we'll start out countersinking both sides. Doesn't really take that many just to make it where you can obviously tell that there's a deviation in the tube. And then we'll come over here, sand the edges down to where they're smooth, because after you do that, it puts a little edge on there and we don't like that. So, and then once we come up here, I'll normally clean it out with brake cleaner, wipe it down, the whole process, make sure it's clean. Don't go very shy on this stuff with these tubes because we want them to be clean. I normally use microfibers just to get everything from the outside off of them. So I'll hold it like this, give it a nice spray, spray it down, that back down. Pick the air blower up, grab my tube, make sure it's all nice and blowed out. Wipe it down. And again, when you're doing this, there's a bunch of little metal flakes that get off of this and come off of it, so that's what I'm trying to get off. Once it's nice and clean, it gets put into our bender. This is just a normal pipe bender. Set it back, place the tube in. This is just a little block to account for the gap that we have right here. Set that in there. Bend it till our second mark, which as you can see, it's not a very big bend, but it puts a very slight bend on it just to make sure that it's hitting toward the end of the bottle and not in the middle of it. So whenever you lay it over at our angle that we have it, it gets all the nitrous possible out of the bottle. So then we'll come over here to the vise and put a rag in here. Make sure you don't scratch up the valve like normal. Get it loosened up, tighten it down. Get it nice and tight, which these are just compression fittings, so as tight as you can get them is the best. Loosen up a little bit, slide it in, 7/8 wrench. And then you always want to line up that divot or the bend right there. You want to line it up with this, so whenever it's, like I said, laying down, it's in the right spot. Come over here, tighten it up. Make sure it gets nice and in line. And I don't know if you can tell that or not, but you can see it's perfectly in line. So then we'll come over here to the bottle and just put it in like normal. hand thread it down. Nothing real serious. It should go in nice and smooth because the valves are made for the bottles. Get it hand tight. So then we'll come over here, bust the cap off of it, which is just a little lock nut up top. Keep that in the drill, make sure it don't fall out. Take the cap, and then there should be a washer in here. Take our torque wrench, and these bottles are torqued to 45 foot-pounds, so let the wrench load up. Come up here, you'll obviously hear the beeping noise of the wrench whenever it goes off. So that's 45 foot-pounds. After that, we'll go back on with the cap and the washer. Put those two on, make sure that seats down. Put the locking nut back on it. And then our cap will go on. Get that all, and it just pushed in there. There's nothing too crazy about that. Come over here. Got a microfiber to wipe the bottle down. Just to make sure there ain't no debris or anything like that to mess up the stickering process. Get it all nice and wiped down. It is a homemade sticker gauge that I use. I use it to get the depth of where I want the sticker at. And as far as getting it nice and level, I kind of just eyeball that. And normally, I ain't gonna say I'm perfect, but I do a decent job at it. And so we'll come down here, sticker, get my microfiber again, peel it back a little bit. And this is to get all the air bubbles out. Kind of just wipe it down. Make sure there's no bubbles in it. Peel up the other side.
Yeah.
And that is how our Nitrous Outlet high flow bottles are made right here at Nitrous Outlet. And you can pick yours up at nitrousoutlet.com. Y'all have a great day.